Tuesday, December 12th, Park Board Commissioners meeting. Abby, please call the roll.
Mr. Emmerich?
Here.
Mr. Harrelson?
Here.
Mrs. Westphal?
Here.
All members are present.
Alrighty. First motion here is to approve the minutes from our November 21st board meeting. Is there any additions or subtractions to those minutes?
Motion to approve?
Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Second.
A second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approved. All right, getting into our reports. Mr. Drake.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how you doing?
I do not have anything to add to my report.
Okay. Did we have any questions from the board is going through right now? I know we talked briefly last meeting at the very end about the trout in the pond.
Yeah.
I have had some discussion about that too, so I know you're still kind of investigating that right now.
Yeah, so I know the questions that were brought up, we've still got plenty of time. I'm going to follow up with Mike Porto with ODNR and get those questions answered. I hope to have those for the January meeting.
Perfect.
Get that on the board's agenda for January.
Okay, perfect. All good. Mr. Boer, you're next on the list. I'm sorry, I skipped over Mr. Seiler. Sorry about that. Mr. Seiler.
Just to highlight a couple things, we're kind of in the midst of our winter season, heavy with a lot of ice hockey games, public skating sessions. We have some scheduled as we typically do over the holiday break. And then once we get after the first of the year, we'll get kind of back to some more of the special non-ice events that we're still working on finalizing a lot of those schedules. Also, our aquatic park season passes are on sale now. We typically go on sale with those at a reduced rate starting on December the 1st, and so we've done that so far. So just kind of preparing for the first part of the new year with a lot of our arena events. And then we'll kind of launch some of our program registrations again as well when we get right after the first of the year as well. So that's pretty much where we are at this point.
So you get discounted aquatic passes early. Is that at Hobart Arena, or do you go to the...
You can do it online.
Okay, online.
You can purchase them in person at the arena there at the South Lobby. They're $20 discount through the end of the calendar year.
Gotcha. And we just added some new concerts. I saw. I got the alert going through.
Yeah, we just announced another one yesterday, so we're kind of starting to fill in quite a few events here. Probably our first non-ice event will be towards the end of January, the Scotty McCreery concert, which is selling really well and should end up selling out. And then we've got a few other concerts that are on this list. And then we announced yesterday Riley Green, which pretty much, it should sell out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good.
Yep, things are coming together.
Any questions for Mr. Seiler?
No.
All right. Mr. Boer, for the second time.
Good afternoon. We just add that, we do have our second simulator in place and up and running, so everything seems to be working the way it should in that regard. So we have both of them up, and the sign-ups for our winter leagues are going very well, particularly our two-player evening leagues. We've got 25 teams, so 50 players signed up for that already. So we were supposed to max out at 60, but it looks like we'll do that and potentially look to add some extra space if possible, or offer some alternative times. So it's good to see that filling up. It
was brought to my attention that some of those golf advisory board positions are open or in the process of expiring. Is that correct?
So we have one that is open and two that look like they'll be expiring. So I've got to touch base with those folks to see if they would like to be reappointed and searching for a replacement.
And historically, there's one position for a vice president or someone on the park board for that too. Is that what it was?
Correct.
Okay. So hypothetically, if you have time or that interests you, we'll have another member joining too. So whenever that happens, we can try to plug into that as well. Sure. Anything else for Mr. Boer?
No.
Alrighty. I don't have anything from a planning commission standpoint. So moving on to new business. Sue, it's nice. Is that going to be you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Normally it's early January, February, we bring you the list of special events that may be taking place on park property to review and to hopefully approve. We're bringing this a little early this year, partly because we're planning for the solar eclipse, which is going to be April 7th and 8th of 2024, which is going to involve a couple concerts on Sunday, Monday, use of the public square. It will also include, I'm sure, the use of Prouty Plaza. So we wanted to get this whole list before you now, because we'll be taking to council, notwithstanding for Troy Main Street associated with the eclipse. Otherwise, it's pretty much the standard list of events that we know right now. Concerts, dates has already been selected by Troy Main Street and by Hayner. Other things through the year that we know about. We're very happy to have you note that the Troy Civic Band is trying to bring their concerts back down to Treasure Island Park. They've been off schedule pretty much since the epidemic, so we're happy to have them back. We're happy really to see that there's already such a nice schedule of events. People want to say there's nothing that happens in Troy to attend. Just start looking at this. Yeah. There's all sorts of things. So some of these dates may change, like with the concerts that the school always has in May, but we think that they're going to be back. I'd entertain any questions you have, but we would hope that you would approve these events with the understanding that some may or may not take place on park property, but at least we'd have the park board's approval of it as it stands right now.
Sure. Any questions about the event list? Where are these posted, by the way? I mean, I know the various organizations advertise them as well. Right.
We do post these on our website and on calendar events as they come up, particularly the Strawberry Festival, Tour de Donut, all those things. And as we get closer to April, which is going to be here before we can hardly believe it, you'll be seeing a lot of information about the solar eclipse planning, not just for Troy, but for all the entities in Miami County. Waco is going to be having camping. Fairgrounds is going to be having camping. Our nearby cities are going to also be having events, and we're planning, again, 2 days of events with the square closed down.
Okay. So you're looking for, is that a motion from us to?
Yes, it would be if it...
So moved.
I'll second that.
All righty.
Thank you. On behalf of the special event planning team.
Sure. Yep. Abby, call the roll on that.
Mr. Emmerich?
Yes.
Mr. Harrelson?
Yes.
Mrs. Westphal?
Yes.
Motion approved.
All right. Next item on the agenda is going to be the 2024 golf rates throughout Miami Shores.
Yeah, correct. So this will be proposed rates for our summer season, which would run in 2024 from the beginning of April through mid-October. So if you go to the, kind of the back of your packet there's the 2024 proposed fees versus the 2023 fees with any changes highlighted in yellow. So we did meet with the advisory board to get their input on this. The primary proposed changes would really just be to our cart fees. So there would be no changes to our actual memberships themselves. But we would have a $1 increase to all of our cart fees that would then, affect what our weekday special would be, and also some about a $1 increase on our weekend and holiday greens fees themselves. Kind of looking at what other golf courses in our area are doing. We were actually a little below everybody, particularly on weekends. So felt like there was room to kind of catch up there or make ourselves more competitive in that regard. Weekday rates were already very competitive, so nothing there puts us above any of our local competitors, which would be Echo Hills and Piqua, Homestead, and Tip City, or perhaps even Castle Hills in Vandalia. So answer any questions that you might have.
And we had the winter rates historically, and then we kind of had that bridge you just did recently, right, about a month ago or 2 months ago?
Correct. Yep.
So this is basically 3 different rate calendars we have now. Is that what it's looking like?
Yep. To encompass basically different weather patterns and different amounts of play during those times. So.
Any questions? for Mr. Boer. I'll have to make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Motion approved. Is there any other new business come before the Park Board? All righty, I'll take this time and bring up the mayor real quick. Let's do that.
I just wanted to let you know, Susan, that we have appreciated your time on the Park Board. This is your last meeting. Just wanted to acknowledge that and thank you. I think it's been 6 years.
Mhm.
So thank you for your input and the time and commitment. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And you still get to go in and grill these guys this afternoon, so thank you
I've enjoyed
very
it. I
much.
appreciate it very
Yeah.
much.
And looking forward to working with you on council.
Thank
So,
you.
Thank you.
And your last meeting was probably the only meeting you've ever been late to start. We've both been late to start with, right? 4 minutes late, so.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere Al's not too happy with me, huh? But, thank you
You
very
feel
much.